The New Day's heel turn was perfect, as some would say. Perfect. Perfect. One of the best heel turns I think I've seen because it wasn't a traditional heel turn. And it was something that was so needed for the WWE and needed for the New Day, right? I think a lot of people thought it was going to be Xavier turning on Kofi or Kofi turning on Xavier. I don't think anyone thought that it would be Xavier and Kofi turning on Big E and turning on the rest of the audience in that arena that night. My question is, I don't think enough people are talking about this, is what was Kofi going to say right before Big E came out? It sounded like they were going to say, I think it's time for us to split up. I think they were going to end it. I think they were going to say, we are going our separate ways. But Big E came out, and it lit a fire under Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, and they went off on Big E and stuff that I think all was true for the most part. Maybe the only thing that wasn't was the fact that you should have been back like Stone Cold. You should have been back like Kurt Angle. That might have been a little too far. I think that was really to grab the audience, but a lot of what they said is true, and I think there is a legit chance that Big E won't return to a WWE ring because it's kind of the same injury as Edge had, where it's a bone. I don't know the exact terminology, I'm not a doctor, but the bone has to either grow or move into a spot where it then to be cleared, which is something that takes a long time, could maybe never happen, right? I think it took Edge's 11 years, 10 years to grow back or move back, whatever the term is, I don't know, to be able to be cleared. I don't know how long Big E's been out exactly. It's been probably around 3 years. It could take another 3 years, right? Or it could take a month, or it could take another 10 years, right? It could take a long time for something like that to heal properly. So when they were saying he's a burden, I think that's true because they couldn't reach any high potential as a face without Big E because he is their enforcer. He is their strength. He is the guy a lot of the time that did a lot for this team. And with him being gone, they had to take another route, another perspective. And what they're doing is so good because this is one of the best tag teams of all time. And I want to compare this to another tag team in the Usos. The Usos were a big time babyface tag team for a long time. And this team went heel and they became the longest running tag team champions of all time. I think the New Day is taking a direct page from that and has a chance to do something very special with this run this time. I think so, especially with how depleted the tag team division right now is on Raw, or maybe they just simply don't care about the tag team division. I think they can do something very special in the tag team run here on Raw. Man, I couldn't believe, first off, I couldn't believe it was a 10-year celebration for the New Day. I'm 21 years old. It does not feel like I was 11 years old when that tag team was made. It just does not feel like that. But I guess I could have sworn I was older, but I guess I was 11, which is crazy to think about because I remember Jamaican Kofi Kingston. So I don't even know how young I was then. I probably, somewhere in my parents' household, have an action figure of a Jamaican Kofi Kingston. And to see now how far he's come, he's been a WWE champion. Big E is one of WWE champions. I think that's what separates this tag team to being the best because they don't just have all the tag team championships in the world. They got 2 world titles. This tag team got 2 world titles while being together. Kofi Kingston got one and Big E got one while being in this tag team. I think that shows that this is the best tag team of all time. And I think it ran its course. 10 years is longer than 98% of gimmicks in the WWE. 10-year run on a gimmick is crazy. And I think it's time to refresh it. And I just want to say that people that don't like this, or I think the people that didn't watch the full New Day run, they weren't there for all 10 years. They weren't there for the highs. They weren't there for the lows. They maybe never even seen Big E wrestle before. I think those are the people that didn't like it because they didn't share the magic. They don't know what that feels like. So they are waiting for Big E to come back so they can feel it, even though it's not going to happen. And this heel turn had to happen. And it did happen. And it had happened perfectly, especially for something that was drawn out week after week after week after week. And nobody knew it was going to happen. Beautiful. Beautiful. And what was storytelling, one of the best Raws maybe in the last couple years. And the New Day walk away as heel tag teams. I hope they don't just squander them in the wind here. I hope they actually do something with this because they are hyped right now. And there's a chance they can do something very special. I know I keep saying that because I've seen this before where the setup is there for something in the WWE and they just leave them floundering and do nothing. Especially like a Finn Balor against, after he screwed Damian Priest, they kind of left him floundering a little bit when they could have did more. And I don't want that to happen here. That's why I think something special can happen and should happen. Ultimately, my name's Josh Wissey. If you like sports, I promise this is the channel for you. Hit that subscribe button. It's right there. An icon right there. So hit that. Watch this video right here that YouTube recommends. And you in a playlist of all my WWE videos. All of them. So that, if you're interested in that, watch that. Again, subscribe button. My name's Josh Wissey. Thank you.